So I was born in Shoska, but we moved a few years, like when I was 10 or a little bit younger. I moved to Kyiv and I lived past a few years in Kyiv before the invasion. I was spending time with my friends, family, and we were going on, like walking throughout the parks with my mom and going on boat rides with my mom. The invasion started on February 24th in 2022. We were in Kyiv and we were sleeping, and then my grandma called my mom at like 4 a.m. and said that Russians started like the war in Ukraine, and we couldn't believe it, so we like booted up our TV and watched the news. On my mom's birthday of March 6th of 2022, she decided to leave Ukraine because it wasn't safe for us to be there. We were supposed to catch a bus to Poland, but it was very crowded and like people were storming into buses, wanted to buy tickets, and thankfully I was able to squeeze in between the people and buy the tickets for me and my mom, and we traveled to Poland. And then we traveled to Sweden, and we decided, after a few months of living there, we decided to travel to US because the program that helps Ukrainian travel to US opened. My mom, she recorded a video on Facebook on like Ukrainian forums that help people go to USA, and she like explains the whole stuff in Ukrainian. She was crying a lot. Like she explains that her brother died by Russians. He was killed, and then she was like explaining this stuff. And a couple of American people agreed to sign documents, and we, on our last money, we bought a plane ticket and we went to the US. I lost my friends as I was there, but one of my friends, he also escaped Ukraine, and he now lives in Spain, I think, yeah. We not gave up, but we left Ukraine, but our family didn't want to go leave Ukraine because it was their husbands was in Ukraine, so they didn't want to leave, but thankfully they're alive and they're all good. I think we flew to Chicago because my mom saw an opportunity here because it's really big Ukrainian community in here. It's like one of the biggest communities in the US. It was scary because my mom didn't know any English. She now knows pretty decent amount, but she doesn't really speak it. She knows how to say a few simple sentences, but she doesn't really can understand other people like I can. It was really hard because they use complex language, which I didn't know yet, but I learned a lot of stuff with my mom, and I tried to learn Spanish too. It was like a few days before school starts, and I didn't go to school for a few weeks because we didn't find school near us, and we moved again in Chicago to Palatine, and then I go to school to 7th grade there. I really like going to school sometimes now. I try to get good grades. I like to learn computer science, coding and stuff. I like playing video games, and I regularly work out with my family. We gather up, celebrate stuff. Like my family in Ukraine, on birthdays, we just call them. We say that happy birthday or whatever and stuff like that. I hope that I become really good at computer science, and I hope I will go to great university to study computer science, and then I could help myself with living and stuff, my family, and basically people all around the world.